Hi guys, welcome back to Star Trek Online with me, Locutus. Or, in this case, me, Cyrek, Vulcan Science Officer. Where we left things a little while ago, we had just arrived at Earth spacedock after essentially finishing, the early tutorial missions, basically. So we have a few skill points to spend. Let's just pile these into Starship shield emitters, because we like shields. Shields are good. Shields keep us from being dead. Any of our crew got any? Not really yet. I haven't really had a look into this too much yet, because they've changed how the whole crew works. And anyway, yeah. So we're on Earth spacedock now. Let's have a look around. Switch weapons again, because we want a sidearm. We don't want to run on with a rifle on our back in space. There we go, that's better. If you press the Z key, by the way, by default you can change. Right, now we actually have to go meet Admiral Quinn now, because we're just, we're still technically a cadet, and we've given a field promotion, obviously, but we're not officially in command of the ship yet, so this blue path here is showing us the way to Admiral Quinn's office. But we're going to ignore that for a second, because we're going to go over here. Ooh, our space dock pretty. Those of you who played the game yonks ago, back in the early days, and who haven't played it recently, yeah, this is what Earth space dock looks like now. They redesigned it quite a bit a while ago, and yeah, it's a bit more impressive looking now. It looks... actually puts me a lot in mind of like the Citadel in Mass Effect, and just looks really cool now. This is now Starship Requisitions, where you go to get new ships and, change the design of your ship and so on, and you can look out this big window here into the middle of our space dock and see some lovely ships over there. There's a little ship down there, which is a Miranda class like ours. I don't think it's technically ours, but I'm going to say that is the Nimoy for now, so down there, but, well, for now. We're going to change that shortly, but more on that in a moment. Here's some guys here who don't really do much at the moment, because we don't have any credits to spend or anything. What else can we see around here? Let's see. There's some more things over here we can go and check out. And here's where the exchange is now. Still works the way it always used to, but, it just looks a bit nicer now. Bank consoles over here, and there's some shuttle bays over here. There's actually... oh, I thought there used to be a way down there, but, let's sprint over here, actually. Most of these people you can see wandering around, by the way, are other players. Standing around doing nothing. Hello, who's this? This is... Svetnik, whoever that is. She's... well, she's blue. I don't know what species she is, so there's a Romulan by the looks of it. Oh no, that's not a Romulan, that's Nighthawk, whoever he is. Hello. I've minimized the chat window, obviously, as you can see, so... yep, you can get down there. Here's the shuttle bay. I think there's a guy over here you can talk to. I thought you used to be able to get to the Academy through the shuttle bay, but maybe you can just do it through the transporters now. Anyway, never mind. In here we have various traders for commodities, equipment, Ferengi, who you can trade certain things in. What's this guy offer? Oh, he offers me... illicit goods, which I can... not do much of them. What's this guy offer? Okay, if you get the right things to trade in, I guess you can trade them over there. I haven't really looked at those much. And here is the tailors, where there's a Cardassian, because apparently Cardassians make good tailors. Oddly enough, one of the few places in the... they're a lot of the tailors in the game happen to be Codescent, which is obviously a little joke on Garak, but if you actually go to Deep Space Nine, the tailor there is Vulcan, so go figure. Anyway, let's go customize clothing, because I had a thought the other day. We're doing this as a tribute to Leonard Nimoy, aren't we? So, yeah, we're not going to use the standard Starfleet uniform. Let us modify this uniform. And let us change this to Original Series Tunic. Apply to character. Well, I don't know. Do we want to use Original Series uniforms? Or do we want to use Wrath of Khan uniforms, which look awesome and is pretty much how Spock was known before, you know, he passed away? No, we're going to go with Original Series uniforms, and the reason for that, we could also go with medical uniforms, but we're not a doctor. And we could go with dress uniforms, but we're not going to. We're going to go with normal Original Series uniforms. And we're going to purchase that. Cost 0. You can do one remap for free, effectively. Actually, we're going to modify that one more time, actually. And we're going to go to the Uniform tab, because we're going to put rank insignia on. Because we are a lieutenant. And if we click that, you should be able to see, if I turn it around here, yeah, we've got lieutenant stripes on our cuffs, because that's where they were in the original series. We're not going to change anything else yet. You get a free uniform change each rank, by the way, so you can it's just so you can change your rank pips and stuff like that. It doesn't do it automatically, but and we're going to change our bridge officers as well, because we want our away team to look right. So, Original Series Tunic. Ah! It's gone crazy. Apply to character anyway? Oh, good God, no. We don't want that one. We want... Yep. Why has it made her skirt red? And why is she gold anyway? Okay, we're going to change that because that's not right. That should be... What colour is this set to currently? A10. That should be the same colour as that. It goes a bit funny sometimes. You've just got to make sure you get it right. TOS command. Yep, that's right. And no rank options. And stocky, because she shouldn't be wearing bare legs in a uniform. That's not TOS uniform. There we go. If I go uniform, no, that's not right. Original series. Can I put rank insignia on then? No, apparently not. Original series. Where is it? Badge. TOS command. Yep, that's fine. We'll purchase that for her. And we'll modify her. Apply to character. See, it did her correctly. It put her the right colour, straight up as red. It's tactical, so yeah. Let's go to uniform. And turn tights on, because I'm fussy about getting everything right. Let's modify her. Have we actually got an engineer yet? I don't think we do we? Apply to character. Okay, it's just doing the skirt to... Okay, so that should be... It's on F16, so that should match that. F16. There we go, that's her done. Is it putting the badges on actually, or... Yeah, good, it's just putting TOS command. See, the thing is, they did originally have like different symbols for that, but that was just for different ships after a while, so... Yeah, let's leave her on that. Yeah, now I did change incorrectly because she's an engineer, so actually she's a command officer rather than an engineer, I think. So she should actually be gold. Let's just cancel that actually, and if we just go, yeah, apply to character, yeah, it should put the right color on her. So that is C8, and we just need to change that to match that. There we go. That's better. Turn those back on. Purchase. And lastly, this guy. Original series tunic. Apply to character. Uniform. I don't know why I'm not getting any rank options on these guys. Maybe it's automatic on them now or something, but maybe they just don't get them. Anyway, that'll do for him, so purchase. There we go, we've got a TOS crew now. Now, as I said, there is a method to my madness there. Let's save all that. Let's exit there. And what we're also going to do is go into the store here. Because if we go to Legacy Unlocks, there used to be a pack I bought yonks ago called the Original Series Pack or something like that. No, maybe not. The Original Series Bundle, here we are. And I will claim that pack. And here's the trick. I can claim it a bunch of times. 3, 4, 5. And what that does is it fills my inventory with some Original Series phasers. So now I can equip that to him. Elsa Flores can have one as well. Kozlov can have one as well. Tevrel can have one as well. I'm pretty sure there's a mission later on you can get an Original Series phaser rifle or something as well, so... But for now, there we go. Properly Spocktacular. I could have done all that off camera, but you know, you can always skip ahead if you're bored with me faffing around with the tailor, and you get to see how you can mess around with some of this stuff. I didn't really do it in character gen anyway, so let's carry on. Follow this mission through to where we have to go and talk to Admiral Quinn, who is Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet at the moment, I believe. Here he is. Greetings, Lieutenant. I have new orders for you. Admiral, sir. Cyrek reporting. We have a lot to discuss, Cadet Cyrek. It's Lieutenant, sir. It is Lieutenant, sir. Yes, I see that in report transmitted by Captain Volok, he granted you a field promotion to give you seniority over the rest of the active crew of your ship. As a cadet, you are assigned to an Academy training cruise under Captain I can't actually read that from here. Captain Mask Taggart, correct? Acting First Officer. Yes, sir, that is correct. I've read the reports. Facing off against Klingon raiders and Borg invasion force within hours of leaving Starfleet Academy. Very unusual. In your own words, tell me what happened out there. Explain to Admiral Quinn what happened. Well, it all went Pete Tong, sir, he said, in a very Vulcan manner. No, it was most illogical, sir. There was violence and destruction all over the place. It was glorious! Ha 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 ha! Wait, no. Vulcan, not Klingon. Vulcan. Well, yeah, I recount the story at great length. Basically, sir, we got hit by some Klingons, and they killed the captain. He made me in charge of the ship, and then the Borg turned up, and they assimilated a planet, and we ran away like little girls. Yes, it is quite the story, sir. And it's all true. Because Vulcans do not lie. Don't worry. I have statements from Captain Volok, him and Willis from Vega Colony, collaborating... Of course I'm collaborating with Vulcan, I'm not going to lie, you jackass. All three of them cite your bravery. Nope, it's not bravery. Bravery is an emotional state, and requires me to feel fear in the first place. I do not have any emotional responses, because I am a goddamn Vulcan! That was quite an angry outburst for a Vulcan, but never mind. Yep, so yeah, basically I'm great. I am a Starfleet officer, sir. It is in the job description. Damn right it is. And you're exactly the kind of officer Starfleet needs. I know your ship might not be the Enterprise, but I think you've proven yourself capable of sitting in her captain's chair. Sir? Under normal circumstances, it would take you years to work your way to get your own command, but these are not normal circumstances. This is a video game. No, wait, sorry. We are at war with the Klingon Empire. The Borg have returned. I'm losing more trained officers and ships than I can spare. Ships we can build. And leaders with courage and honor? That's harder to find. Again, courage and honor. Vulcan! Emotional statements. I do not have courage, I do not have honor. I merely follow the dictates of logic, sir. It's time to try something different. We're going to put barely trained cadets in front of our ships and see what happens. Starfleet's finest idea ever. I hereby promote you to the rank of lieutenant and give you command of the USS Nimoy. Do not disappoint me. You will not regret this, sir. What are your orders? You'll be assigned to the Klingon front, but first, you could use some new equipment for the Nimoy. I have improved consoles developed by Starfleet Corps of Engineers. These consoles can blah 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 as you improve in rank. Yep, basically he's given us some free toys to upgrade our ships. Free starship modifications so I can change what the ship looks like. Some free weapons and some free stuff. And I've learned an accolade, Battlefield. It's basically an achievement. And we also have a mission we can take. Well, two missions. One of them is a PvP mission, which is just a general go forth and fight some PvP. PvP in this game I don't particularly enjoy, to be honest, so I'm not going to bother with it right now. Stranded in Space, however, is the first proper mission. We will get some dilithium ore. We will get the Azura personal comfort, which is call in a freighter in space to access the bank. And essentially, it's a portable bank console you can call in. And we'll get some other shiny toys as well. And some experience and skill points. Dilithium ore in this, you can refine a certain amount of dilithium ore per day. That's how it limits, essentially, your limitations without buying stuff from the bank. And you can trade dilithium for Zen, which is essentially the store currency. So you can buy anything in the store that, you know, the real money store, by just earning enough dilithium. So, and you can mine it and all this other, you know, you can if you're with time in, get anything you like in this game without paying a penny of real money. They have really done a wonderful job with the free-to-play model here, and it is, you know, a business model I wish a lot more companies would get, because, you know, you do still end up, if you feel like it, like for example that original series uniform pack, I bought that with real money because it's fun, and it was only a little bit of cash at the time. And I'm happy to support the game like it because I enjoy playing it. We're going to disable these because we don't need tutorial pop-ups. If you are completely new to the game yourselves, I would suggest not disabling those because you probably need to know about those. Okay, now we have two options. We can go to do the Azura, or we can go speak to Malcolm Seisel in the shipyard. We're going to do that first because we want toys. There is Markham Seisel. Yo, what up, dog? So you're here to talk about the missing freighter. We haven't had any communications from yada 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 yada. Captain's daughter of someone in Starfleet, and we haven't heard from her 20 hours. Good luck. And you can ask him where to go to change your ship's equipment and so on. How to undock. I already know how to do all of those, so yeah, let's carry on. Before we go though, we're going to go over here because requisition ship equipment. That's not what I want. What I want is starship and shuttle requisitions. Get a new starship. Browse selection. Now, these are the ships that I could buy. Now, at the moment, I'm just going to filter this by lieutenant rank ships, because these are the only ships that I can actually fly at the moment. Now, this is the ship I already have. You can change the variant of it to just look different, and you can customize it and, you know, pick and choose which parts of the ship stuff. So I could have like the Centaur nacelles on a Miranda hull, things like that. So you can have Miranda, Centaur, or Shakar. They're all the same ship, effectively, they're just different styles. And you can pick and choose bits of them to customize the ship however you see fit. Now, I've already got this ship, obviously, so it won't let me buy it, and I could buy it with a load of dilithium if I don't want to. Now, the other options at the lieutenant level are these two ships, the Constitution class and the NX class. There's some fluff about how they were refitted to modern standards from museum ships as due to desperation, but, you know, it's just an excuse to put old ships in the game. Now, these two, you both have to buy from the C-store because they're, you know, special cosmetic things. Now, they cost 0 for me because I've already bought them and you just unlock them for your account. And the other options are, like, for example, this light science vessel, the Oberth class. Now, I don't have this one yet. I could buy it, but it would cost me 500 Zen. And shuttles are other options. You can buy shuttles. Danube class runabout. I could buy that with just flat credits in the game, but it costs a lot of them, and I don't have that many. We are going to buy this Galileo type shuttlecraft from the original Enterprise, which will be our shuttle. And there's more ships here. You can have a shuttle equipped as well as a normal cruiser, which means sometimes in the game you have missions which require to use a shuttlecraft. And as you've probably already guessed from what I was doing with the uniforms, we're obviously going to buy the original Constitution class ship because this is still a tribute to Leonard Nimoy and Spock, so what's more appropriate than... And we'll have that. We're not having that, though. This is the new USS Nimoy. We're going to call it the USS Nimoy A. Yeah, that's the problem. you see, because you can't actually have two ships in your own roster with the same name. So we'll call it... let's just call it the USS Leonard Nimoy. That's a good name for a ship. And let's come out here then. And we'll go customize my ship. Oh, right, hang on. No, let's cancel that. Let's go in here. And we are going to... Can we rename the ship through here? No, we can't. Select your ship. This is what I want on the screen here. And we're going to rename this the USS Nimoy 1. Because this was the original ship, and we're not having that. And we're just going to rename this one USS Nimoy. Oh. Okay, we're not going to do that now because apparently it costs 3,000 credits to rename that, so we'll do that at a later date. Now this, you can see, already comes equipped with these retrofit phaser banks, which will automatically level with me. And they fire like TOS blue phasers, like all the phasers that you see in the, well, they weren't blue in the original series, but in all the remastered original series stuff they are. So, we are, however, going to take our improved torpedoes from our old ship, our improved deflector. We just had standard shields and standard issue warp core, didn't we? Yep. We'll take these consoles as well, because you can carry over all that stuff, obviously, into our new ship. And we'll take those phasers out as well, because we can sell them. Let's equip these. Improved engines. Improved deflectors. And improved torpedoes. And... okay, we have a choice here, because we've already got one tactical console, so we could either have improved torpedo damage. I think we're going to have this improved phaser relay. And we don't have an engineer. Oh, yes, we do. We have... yep, an engineering console here. And we do have a device slot, so we'll put shield batteries in there. And we'll then go to the replicator here and recycle all this garbage. You don't obviously get anything for the standard issue stuff, but it just takes up space otherwise, so let's get rid of all of it. We're going to keep the rifles, because we may at some point want to switch back to all those toys, but all the standard issue hand phasers and the other beam weapons can definitely go. Don't need that either. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, and we've got some weapon batteries which we might as well equip on the ship as well. And there's our shuttle, incidentally, with retrofit phaser beams and shuttle-issued torpedo launcher. You know what? He can have the tactical console for the torpedoes. And the Nimoy is not our current ship. So let's go back to select your ship. USS Nimoy, Leonard Nimoy, ready starship. There we go. Let's go and have a look at it then. Customize appearance. Oh, look at beautiful old school TOS ship. And we can't change material. What we can change, though, is the interior. We don't want Origin. We don't want Intrepid, which we could buy, or even Voyager. We could change any of these. These are the different options for the interior of the ship. Most of them just change the bridge design. A few of them change the whole design of the ship. The ones I'm looking for is the one that came with that original series pack you'll see in a minute. Which... I can't remember what it's called. Or is it just called something like TOS Constitution or something like that? Ah, yeah, here we are. There we go! Layout TOS. 22nd century Constitution class ship. Okay. And again, like most things, you get one free customization of the ship. We could change the window type, but again, for some types of ships you're limited. Like for the Constitution original class, you're pretty much limited to default for everything because, you know, it is what it is. Purchase. Exit. Okay, so let's beam back to the ship then. It's a slight shame that it hasn't got like the original series transporter effects as well as an option, because that would be really cool, but no, you don't get that, unfortunately. So yeah, here we are back in orbit of Earth space dock. You can see a lot of ships around obviously now. These are all the other player ships in the area. There are lots of them, and most of them are much bigger than us. Ooh, there's a Dominion cruiser up there. But look at our ship. Isn't it gorgeous? Before we set off on our mission, let's have a look at the Starship Bridge. You can do that, if you didn't see what I did there, if you just click on the little drop down there, you can always go to the interior of your ship, and look at it! Look at it! Oh, it's so good. Now, it's slightly let down by the fact that some of your random officers are wearing modern uniforms, but you can't really do anything about that. But, I mean, even the sounds. Let's go have a seat. There is Cyrac on the bridge of his ship, the USS Leonard Nimoy. We salute you, Leonard. Let's go down and have a look at the rest of the ship. Actually, no, let's, is there a ready room or anything in there? Shouldn't really be, but, oh, there's a plaque over here. What does it say? Dedicated to the men and women who served on the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. Ah, wonderful. Crew deck. And they're all wearing the right uniform throughout the rest of the ship because that's just the way it models it. Here's the captain's quarters. It's my, well, there's an old... Don't know why I've got a baseball plaque in there, but maybe I like baseball. Strange for Vulcan, but an old Earth biplane. Maybe I'm fascinated with Earth history. Or maybe it's just modelled on Kirk's quarters, but, you know. Classic 23rd century design. There's the lounge. Some people hanging out, just doing their thing. Ooh. Can I... Trophies. Shelf 1. Accolades. I don't have any accolades I can put on there. Ships. I can put a Miranda class on there. Where is it? There's my old ship. I guess you can't do much more than that, though. Any other trophies I can do? What about floor trophy? I haven't done any fleet actions. I haven't got any accolades. Purchase trophies? Nope, I guess. Shelf 2. Yep, you can only have ships that you've had, I guess, so yep, there's not really much else to see on the inside of the ship. The inside of the ship doesn't really do anything. It's one of the things I've always hoped they'd add more to, but let's just get on to engineering and have a look at the warp core anyway, because, well, I say warp core, but, oh, they've got Jeffries tubes and everything. Here's engineering. Oh, look at it. I mean, you can talk to your officers here and get a few more missions and stuff like that, but, or, well, you could, but, holodeck performance of Hamlet. I don't actually have any guys to do this yet, though, because duty officers is sort of like little mini games you can do for like little submissions you can assign your crew to, but, hello, nurse. Engineering lab. As Dax once said in Deep Space Nine, in this time period, command officers wore gold, engineering officers wore red, and women wore less. I think I'm going to like history. That was what Bashir said, but I'm not being a misogynist asshole, so, but I mean, yeah. You can't not appreciate those uniforms, surely. Giggity giggity, and so forth. Yes, I'm incredibly sad. Anyway, now, let's go back, leave the ship interior, and get back to the mission. We're going to do the one mission today. And then we're going to call it a video, because this has already been pretty long, I suspect. So, much longer than I meant it to be already, just faffing around on Earth Space Dock. So, I do apologise, by the way, for the sheer length of these STO videos, but, they do actually seem to be getting more views than my other videos in general, so, I mean, some people must like them. Either that, or the people who like Star Trek Online are more tolerant for crap commentary videos than other people. Or there's just less competition and less people doing stuff on this game, I guess. Anyway, let's depart the system. And we'll go do the first mission, the first proper mission of the Klingon campaign, effectively. All the 5th anniversary.
Sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Didn't want to talk over Mr. Nimoy's wonderful narration there. You get that every time you go into a new sector, Nimoy narrates. Oh. Every time I go into a new sector now, I'm going to be sad. Because I wonder how they're going to do that once because they're merging all of sector space. I really hope they don't. I hope they keep all that narration in there and just the right points where you enter the right areas. Because it would be a terrible shame to lose it. Thinking about it, we're actually not going to do the first mission today. Because this has been a pretty long video already, but there is one more thing I want to do before we actually go and start the main mission sequences. And that is, we are going to Vulcan. Because the game designers have also decided to honour Leonard Nimoy, as is only right. And they have put a memorial to him on Vulcan, so we're going to go and pay our respects. That is a signal from the Azura mission, but we will come back to that later. Because they're not going anywhere, because that's just the way the game works. Sorry, distress call. Oh. See, it seems we are not the only person to have had this idea to pay tribute to Leonard Nimoy. There is another player, Sigurd, in the USS Leonard Nimoy. You know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a few ships like this, because I'm sure his passing has deeply affected an awful lot of Trekkies out there, not just myself. And a lot of them had the same idea, I dare say. But that doesn't make it any less important to me to do it. So I'm still going to carry on. At least for the lieutenant rank, we're going to stick with all this original series stuff. Beam down to the surface. You are cleared to beam down. There are some missions that require you to come to Vulcan anyway and do a few things, but for the most part you can just come here and explore a little bit. And here is Vulcan. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I mean, it does look like Vulcan should look. Let's trot down here. And we're going to go and find that memorial. I don't know exactly where it is. I've not actually been here since they put it in the game, so... Let's drop that in there. Here it is up ahead, you can see already. It used to just be the statue of the Edic. That stands for infinite diversity in infinite combinations, if you're not as much of a sad Trekkie as me. And there is the statue to Leonard. And there's an invisible wall there, so you can't jump in there and climb all over it and defile it, which is a little bit of a shame, because I actually wanted to stand at the base of it, and... But we're going to come out of the way there so you can see everything there. And we are going to salute him. I think how do you do? There is an emote here for the Vulcan salute, I'm pretty sure. Prosper, that'll be it. Live long and prosper, Leonard Nimoy. Wherever you are now. Let's do this right here. Print screen. That is our screen cap. Such a shame. Anyway, guys. That is where we are going to leave it for this video. Oh, no, that didn't work. Prosper. Live long and prosper, everyone. I will see you all in the next video.